throw this in at the end. It is recording. Oh, okay. Mr. Hardy, I have my speech to give you. I'm going to start off with a little ditty here about Judge Posner and his 4 questions about concerning the economic and credit crisis. He starts off with the questions: what is it? What is the cause? What is the impact? And can it be fixed? I'm at Ryan's house. Okay. Alright. Let me first answer the question, what is it? So what is this economic credit crisis anyways? Well, let me tell you, it's a credit freeze. The lenders have all this money. And they need to lend it to people. People who want to open a business, people who want to buy a car, mortgage a house, perhaps. And obviously, as we know, there are a lot of people who want money. So a lot of people are getting loans, but not a lot of the banks weren't getting their money back. So they had to be a little more hesitant about who they lended this money to. Which, as a result, burst the housing bubble, but I will get to that later. Anyway, so you have all these people with money to lend, and now they're not lending money. So that's going to slow the economy because businesses can't be made, people can't, buy new things, and it's just not good for the economy in general. So what's the impact? Because businesses aren't being started and aren't growing, the economy can't really flow as it should. Companies' 401ks are going down in value. The company's stocks are also going down in value. People are losing their jobs. People's well-being in America is dwindling. Emotionally, America isn't doing as well, and etc. So, how can it be fixed? Is the next question. And along with this question, how do you fix it, and how much is the government going to have to pay to fix it? To answer these questions, Judge Posner presents the idea that the government should start getting bigger stakes into banks. Needs to market forces could write things and create things, and people's hope needs to be restored in the world because obviously people don't have a good association with the economy now. They're less apt to spend crazily because it's frowned upon. Saving money is kind of what's popular now, and that's not what's good for the economy. So, yeah, and really these bad feelings lead to a bad economy. Let me advance my story here to the meltdown topic, the PBS Frontline video. So, along with this, the 4 questions of the economic credit crisis, what are some specific examples of this economic crisis in action? Well, it started off with Bear Stearns, a lending company who was rumored to be not being able to manage its toxic assets, which are assets that people loan money that people haven't paid back yet. People started to withdraw their stocks. The president appeared on television, which just furthered rumors and scared more people. They tried to give a loan through Morgan and JP Morgan. Sorry. And they got singled out, and the rumors furthered, and they had to act or they'd be gone. So they tried to sell their stocks to JP Morgan for $4 a piece, but JP Morgan said we'll do it for $2 because they're not going to try to bail out this company. They're trying to maintain this strong image, I suppose, and not give in to trying to help out these companies that fail. The next company that went under was Freddie Mac and Fannie Mae, the largest government-owned mortgaging business that failed along with the housing bubble that burst. And the reason the housing bubble burst, you have all these people's properties who have been going up in value. They can't afford to pay their mortgages from all this economic garbage that's going on. They have to forfeit their mortgage, have their house repossessed. The value of property goes down across the nation, and these companies like Freddie Mae and Fannie Mac are left with a house that isn't very valuable as collateral, and there's really not a lot they can do with it. I mean, they have to sell it for cheaper. They're obviously going to lose money. So this housing bubble burst, and now everything's just kind of systematically failed. Anyway, the next company that went under was the Lehman Brothers, and they were a large firm investment bank. Their risky loans were affected by the housing burst as well. They loaned money and their toxic assets were lost along with the trust of the people. They weren't bailed out, and they had to fail and go bankrupt. Finally was the infamous AIG, who made headline news when the government bailed them out. But before all that, they were the last to go down. They're an insurance company, and I believe they deal with mortgages too. Anyway, they were forced to take government capital in exchange to remove toxic assets and stocks and shares. So the government part owns, if not mostly owns, AIG now as a result. And their bailout was very controversial, and but they're still in business. Basically, in short, what started kind of as a rumor really just spiraled the economy down, but it was really inevitable with the way things are run. It's kind of inevitable to have a recession or depression every 20 years with the way things are set up. So the home values on average are much lower now. People are afraid to loan money. People have lost trust in America. People have lost trust in the economic system completely, and it hasn't been very good. And right now we're working on getting that better. So anyway, that is my speech. I hope this gets me an A.